Mr. Forbes for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And, Mr. Chairman, I hope we will reject this amendment. First of all, I certainly understand the gentleman's passion on this, and all of us would want to keep a facility in our area. We've all fought to do that. I've done that. I know almost every member in here has done that. And we always ask and say we want a rational, reasonable analysis. And in this situation, I asked the Navy for just that. And the Navy actually has done that in this case. In fact, the analysis that they would say is that Point Mugu supports unrestricted flight operations. It enables direct access to restricted warning areas. It provides lower life cycle cost. In just the study that the Navy has given me, they talk about a cost savings of $56 million across the FIDEP, additional $76 million savings across program service life. Again, the big thing for them is the unrestricted flight operations. And then they point to one-time cost for this facility representing a $2.2 million savings over a comparable facility at Beale. And so, Mr. Chairman, I do understand the difficulty when the Navy has done their analysis and they say that this is the best option for us. But in this case, the Navy has done it. They made this request for us to make this shift. We are trying to say, do your analysis, and when they've done it, I think it's important that we do pay attention to that. I think that's what the underlying mark does. I hope that we will listen to the Navy in this situation, adhere to that, stay with the mark, and I hope we'll reject the amendment, although I certainly understand the gentleman's desire to fight for his. I'm happy to yield to the gentleman.
I thank the gentleman for the courtesy of yielding. If you would take a look at the Navy's PowerPoint presentation, comparison of PT Mugu versus Beale Air Force Base with the asterisk. You look at the asterisk explains that this analysis is based upon the Block 30s disappearing. The legislation, the bill that we're going to put out of here in a few minutes, says the Block 30s are not disappearing, and therefore the original decision of the Navy to take the BAMs to Beale remains in place. That logic and those cost savings remain in place. What I'm saying here is take some time here. If we're going to keep the Block 30s, then the Navy analysis, as shown here, is incorrect. If the Block 30s disappear, then the Navy analysis is correct. There are other factors in the study that I'm suggesting here, and the time frame fit with the bill that we're putting out here. Let's understand what the synergies are, what the costs are, if the Block 30s do continue. That's it. It's that simple.
And claiming my time, I understand the gentleman's point. Once again, the Navy feels pretty comfortable with their analysis. The DOD, and I understand the administration does oppose this amendment and wants to move forward. They think it's critical from a timing point of view. And with that, I would just leave it to everybody to vote how they feel. But I hope we'll support the Navy's decision on this and stick with what's in the mark. And I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Gentleman yields back. Once again, the chair now recognizes the gentlelady from Guam, Ms. Bordallo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am in support of this amendment. The